Hi, Mr. Andrew here, and today we're going to be talking units. So the units we're used to are what are called U.S. customary units. So that means inches, miles, gallons, so on and so forth. Units that you've probably dealt with in your everyday life. Outside the United States, they use the metric system. So the bulk of the people on Earth use a different system of units. And it's a metric system. And it turns out to be a very nice system to work with. Once you start working with both of them, you'll realize very quickly that the metric system is very nice, and that's because things are by powers of 10. Okay, so let's start off with what are some metric units. I'm just going to introduce three of them today. We have meters, which is a distance unit, grams, which is a mass unit, and liters, which is a volume unit. Of course, you can have others. You can have crazy units like watts and pascals and all kinds of things, but we're just going to concentrate on these three today. Now, in addition to those, we can attach something to the front of them, and it's called a prefix. So what we have here are prefixes. Okay, if I have my base unit in the middle, if I count that as my start point, then as I go to the left, I'm going to get bigger. Actually, it's kind of the reverse of a number line, but you'll see why in a second. If we go to the left, we have deca, hecto, and kilo, and this is all in base 10. So if I have a decameter, I have 10 meters. If I have a hectometer, I really have 100 meters. It's 100 times larger. And if I have like a kilogram, then I have 1,000 grams. I have 1,000 more, or it's 1,000 times bigger than the original unit is kilo. And these just get attached to any of the metric units. And now going to the right here, we have deci, which is 1/10. So it's a tenth of a meter, gram, or liter. Centi is 100th, and milli is 1,000th. Okay? So let's start seeing some problems that might come up. So if I say I have 5 kilometers, I want to go to meters. Okay? Well, how do we do this? And this is the interesting thing. So we can actually shortcut it, and you can do this because it is powers of 10. So powers of 10 multiplying and dividing by 10, you're moving the decimal point. So here if I'm at kilometers, I need to go to meters. I go 1, 2, 3. 3. It is 1,000 times bigger, 3 zeros, but if we don't want to multiply by 1,000, there's a little shortcut. We can say 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, and then we take the decimal point, which is after 5, and move it 1, 2, 3 to the right, because we moved it 1, 2, 3 to the right. And in these little swoops, I got to put zeros to fill in the spaces. So really this is 5,000 meters. And be sure to label your end unit. Okay, let's move on and do another one. How about 3,400 centigrams? And I want to take that to hectograms. So I start at centigrams over here. I go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left to get to hecto. Okay, don't forget your base unit when you're counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I take 3,400 and I start my decimal point here. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's my decimal place's new home. Sorry, I just rewrote the number. I did my little swoops, so let me do that again because that's off camera. I have 3,400. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is equal to 0.34. The trailing zeros, again, because it is a decimal, don't matter. And then, of course, I have to label this hectograms. Okay? Let's say we have 1.235 kilograms. And I want to go to decagrams. Okay, I take 1.235 and I go 1, 2 to the right. So I go 1, 2 to the right. So this is actually equal to 123.5 decagrams. And it's really quite simple. Because these are powers of 10, you can just move the decimal point. And really, once you get used to it, you'll discover that this is a really nice system of units to have. We're going to do one more, and that's going to be going from centimeters to hectometers. So here we're going to have let's say 147 centimeters, and I want to take that to hectometers. Well, I write my 147, my decimal behind it. I take and I start at centa, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. So I actually have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. Fill in the 0. This is actually 0.0147 hectometers. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. Thank you.